Ooh, ee, jing, jing, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, That's not even a Christmas song, Jamie. Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, Merry Grinchmas! That's right, a lot of people this year will be having a Grinchmas through no fault of their own. Stay with me for 1 minute and let me explain to you what I want to do about it. Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, and the Grinch are all very symbolic of what Christmas means to us all on different levels. But many people this year are going to have a Grinchmas, and it's through no fault of their own. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to feel that other people out there are having a Grinchmas. I don't want people out there to feel unloved, unvalidated, like they don't matter, like they've been pushed by the wayside, they haven't been acknowledged. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, Christmas is about peace, love, prosperity, and sharing the Christmas spirit. So that's what I want to do this year. So I am asking you to just watch this video for the next minute or two, and maybe you'll find it in your heart to join my cause. Now, I'm trying to raise £450 to help approximately 52 people. What I'm going to do is I've started a GoFundMe page. The link's in the video at the bottom somewhere. Please go on that and read my story. But I am going to read that story for you now, so you know what I'm trying to do, why I'm trying to do it, how much I'm trying to raise, and what I'm going to use that money for. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand the state of the country right now. I understand the pressures, the stresses, the strains that a lot of us are feeling with our finances right now. It's been a hard year, let's face it. It's been a hard 3, 4, 5 years, hasn't it? But you know, there's always someone much, much worse off than yourself. So I'm going to read this for you now. This fundraiser is to make children, women, men feel loved, acknowledged on Christmas Day. It's to give gifts, food, Christmas dinners, and Christmas trees for those this Christmas who are without. Help me share and sprinkle some Christmas spirit and magic to those who could do with a bit of feel good on the 25th of this month. My name is Jacob. I am the owner of the Garden of Healing Dispensary, also known as the GOHD, or as we like to say at this time of year, God. Earlier this year, I got a late diagnosis in regards to mental health. The last couple of years has been very hard with that. And I've also had a lot of musculoskeletal problems this year and last year that's caused me a lot of pain. Now, I was sat there a couple of weeks ago thinking about the run-up to Christmas. And to be honest, I'm not feeling it this year. But upon reflecting on my year and last year, and how I feel about my predicament, it led me to the further thought that, you know, it's very often in life, no matter how bad we feel, there's always somebody going through worse. And to even you watching this, there's probably a lot of people more worse off than you as well. You know, sometimes we have to have gratitude for what we do have, the people we have, the places we are, where we've gone and where we've been, and where we are now. I have a roof, I have heating, I have the ability to eat, and I have someone to share that day with. Some people can't afford food, shelter, or to put the heating on. Some people can't afford a Christmas tree, or even a single present. And some may not even get a thin piece of foldable cardboard that says, I love you. Some families won't even have a tree to sit around and look at whilst their kids enjoy their Christmas dinner. Some children won't even receive one single present. And not necessarily because they aren't loved, not even because their parents don't work, but because they are a family in lack. Wages are down, prices continue to rise time and time again, and some people have to make that choice between putting the heating on, eating food, or buying their child a present. It's not the best decision to make at this time of year for anyone, is it? So some people literally have to choose between the mandatory bare essentials of life or being able to give their children a good Christmas. Necessity, safety, and practicality have to come first for some before the glistening hype of this celebratory day. Some people don't have a home, a friend, a relative, or even a support network. And these people are left by the wayside, left on the streets to fend for themselves. Whether that's their fault, the government's fault, or merely let down by the very systems that are meant to keep us safe and symbolize civilization, community, humanity, and give us purpose and support. Due to the ever-growing numbers of homelessness rising across the last 12 to 24 months, some homeless people won't even get a served meal, a hot meal, in a homeless soup kitchen. Because the numbers aren't there. The money isn't there. Some people will argue being homeless is your own fault. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's abhorrently wrong. Either way, I, you, we are not here to judge. We are not here to judge why someone is homeless or why a parent can't afford to buy their child a present, and even why a child doesn't get to receive one on Christmas Day. Now, it isn't our job to judge, but I believe it is our job to intervene. And intervene we can. The purpose of this GoFundMe is to do our little bit, what little bit we can at this Christmas, to at least just change the experience, the life and the memory, the validation, the love, the peace, the harmony, the joy we can bring, even to them 52 people. In 2022 and 2023, I donated a few presents through the radio initiative. I'm not sure what's called, the Kids Without Presents thing. I think it was done by Metro Radio. I also went out on the streets around the 23rd of December. I gave out thermal sleeping bags. I gave out hot coffees and sandwiches. I remember there was one guy I was talking to on the street. I'm not sure if it was Christmas or New Year. He hadn't slept anywhere for 7 days. And he was begging on the street trying to get £20 so he could stay in a hostel for the night over the Christmas period with his girlfriend. And I gave him £20 for that. And he came and found me 2 days later and thanked me for it. And that felt nice. You know, he got to be warm. He got a hot meal. He got to spend that night with his girlfriend. Something we probably take granted for every day because we have a house. It's the little things that matter. Now, it's Christmas time. It's the one time of the year we should all just love, not judge, spread joy and happiness, spread prosperity and good feeling to our fellow men, women, and children. We need to do what we can to make these people feel like they matter and do what we can to bring some joy to their lives. Christmas comes once a year, man. But yes, I want to bring joy, happiness, and a sprinkle of Christmas spirit to these people's days. Well, that's what I want to do. Now, I'll take care of everything. I'll do the shopping. I'll do the logistics. I'm going out in the street. I'll be buying the presents. I'll make sure they go off. I'll be giving away delivering a couple of Christmas trees, decorations, house decorations. I will go and sort everything. I just need your empathy, your kindness, and your donation. They say the greatest ability of being human is empathy. Being able to stand in the shoes and the mind of your fellow human and experience life from their point of view. Do that for one moment today. Do that from the words I've just spoken. Now I want you to think about your Christmas and think about how your Christmas would be if you were in major lack. Perhaps you're lacking yourself, but could it be worse? Help me make this happen. I need to raise £450 in total. It's not a massive goal. It's not a massive amount. It's £10 from 45 people. Or £45 from 10 people. Or just £1 from 450 people. Or somewhere in between. Right, what am I going to spend this money on? This is what I'm doing. So I want to get 20 presents. 10 boys, 10 girls. I want to go and buy them and donate them to the Kids Without Presents initiative. And at least 20 children who wouldn't have had presents on Christmas Day get to open something. Get to feel some joy, some happiness. Get to feel loved. Get to feel like they matter. Get to know that someone cared enough to do this for them. And they don't have to feel left out. Don't have to feel abandoned or unloved or like they don't matter. Christmas is a big deal when you're a child. And sometimes, because of the consumeristic environment and world we live in, sometimes not getting something on that day makes you feel unloved. It can even cause mental health problems. We don't want that, do we? We don't. What I'm also going to spend the money on, I want to buy 20 homeless people a Christmas dinner. A nice hot meal, a Christmas dinner where they can go somewhere and sit round a table, eat something hearty, hot, wholesome, get that Christmas full feeling, be around other people, have a laugh, toast a drink, pull a cracker, and just be with other people on this day. There's nothing more isolating than spending Christmas Day by yourself. And for many, that is a cold, harsh reality. It's cruel, but it's true. But we can sort that for 20 people. It's not a massive dent in the grand scheme of things. But to them 20 people it benefits, that will make their Christmas. That will make them feel loved. That will make them feel like they matter. They get a bit of banter, a bit of camaraderie. They get to be in the warm. They get to eat a hot meal. They get to have a full belly. For some, that is a big, big Christmas. Now, what else am I going to spend the money on? I want to carry on my tradition that I did in 22 and 23. I didn't do it last year because of musculoskeletal pain problems and the inability to generally move, walk and drive. But I want to do it this year. I already have the thermal sleeping bags, so I've got them. But what I want to do with these people is, realistically, within our budget, we can only do it for 10. I'll kick some money in myself and we'll try and do for more. We'll see who's out and about. But I want to go out on the street again. Because it is hard for these people, as bad as you might think of some of them. Living out in the street, living out in the cold, getting spat on, shouted at, judged. Look how cold our houses are at this time of year, man. I challenge you tomorrow. Leave your thermostat on 10 degrees. See how cold you are. And that's in your house with your insulation, your cushions, your couch, your heating. Imagine being on the cold concrete floor. In the rain, the wet, the wind, possibly the snow. It's not good for anyone, man. But what I want to do is go out, buy them all a hot coffee, a sandwich. And what I really want to do is I want to get them all a little Christmas card. And I want to write a nice, prosperous, happy message in there. That might give them some hope, some faith for the new year and in themselves. You know, getting that little bit of acknowledgement and prosperity from a stranger, that might fill their heart with a bit of glee. They might start respecting themselves a bit more. They might even look for more help. You know, depression's hard, you know. Depression's hard when you're kind of okay, have people around you, and are sat in a comfortable house. How badly do you think someone's depression is affected by living on the street and getting no help, no support network, no hand up? Let's make these people realise that society is good. I think sometimes the behaviour of people is greatly influenced and affected by what happens around them. Let's give them a good experience to feel and start the new year off with. Let's do that. Now, what I'm also going to be doing, as I said, I'm not feeling the Christmas this year. I'm not really bothered. I'd rather spend my time and my energy making sure someone else gets to feel happy, acknowledged and loved this year. Now, I have 2 Christmas trees already. I have lots of decorations, lights, baubles, tinsel, a few inflatable stuff, and you know all the odd daft stuff you collect over the years. Now, I'm probably going to have to go and get some more lights and a few other baubles, but I have 2 Christmas trees here. I'd like to make sure these go to a family that's in need. Now, neurodivergence is very close to my heart, so I would like them to go to a neurodivergent family. But you know, I'm not ist. Neurotypical, neurodivergent, I'm not particularly bothered. But it would be nice. But I want them to go to a family that's in lack. I want them to go to a family where they've got young kids. I'm not saying older kids don't matter, because they do. But just as my preference. I'd like them to go to a family with young kids who experienced a time of lack, that, like I say, don't have a Christmas tree and some lights and some tinsel to sit around whilst they have their Christmas meal. It's only 2 trees. I can only help 2 people. But for them, it will make a big difference. So I'm either going to look for that on Facebook, or I'm going to find some kind of woman's refuge and speak to them and see if I can deliver these for someone. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that bit yet, but I will do it. But what I'm asking for is your support. As you might have picked up from this video, I have ADHD. I really intended to have this done by the 3rd of December. It's now the 13th, so I have left it a bit late. So I really, really am counting on your support when you see this video. Because I only have 8, 9, 10 days to make this happen realistically. If I have to post something, that cuts me down a couple of days. As you know, I'm self-employed. I also have a business to run and my own things to do. So I'm going to be doing all this in between doing my work as well. But I would like to have all this done by max 23rd of December. 22nd would be better, because we need to make sure there's time for these presents to get to these people. I need to make sure there's time that all these meals are paid for and processed and booked in for these people. I need to have time to make sure these trees are delivered and anything else in between that needs done logistically and time-framely. So I'm asking you, please, please support me. Help me make this Christmas a better one for those without. I can't help everyone. I honestly wish I could. But I can make a difference here to a good 52 people. So I'm asking for your support in that. It's just £450. It's not a massive target. Anything short or anything over whatever, I'll be putting some in. This will take quite a bit of my time. But I really want to do it. I felt bad for not doing what I normally did last year because I wasn't able to. But I really want to make a difference to some people this year. And I think giving homeless people on the street a bit of faith, acknowledgement, a bit of humanity, giving people at the homeless kitchens or the soup kitchens, you know, the vans that go around, a nice, warm, hearty meal where they can have the camaraderie and the banter of the fellow men, have a nice day, create a good memory, feel full and warm, have that special day. And to touch the hearts of at least 20 children with a nice present they can open and also feel acknowledged and like they matter and that they're loved. And if that's not what Christmas is about, what are we even celebrating it for? It's not about commercialism. It's not about who got the best present or who spent the most, who got the most. It's about Christmas spirit. It's about love, peace, joy, humanity, and sharing that with each other. It's about camaraderie. It's about connection. We need to remember that about Christmas. So please, help me do this cause. Help me this year be Jacob's cause. See what I did there? But no, seriously, please support me. And the reason I've told you who I actually am on here and what business I have is so you have a point of contact for me. I promise you every pound will go to exactly what I've said today. I'll do all the logistics. I'll do the running around. I'll do everything that needs to be done. I'll do the delivery. I'll go out on the streets. I will do everything. I just need your support, your kindness, your empathy, and a little donation. Whether it's big, small, tiny, doesn't matter. Because even if you can only afford to give £1, if 450 people can only afford to give £1, that hits our target. Every pound, every £5, every £10, every donation counts. So please support me in doing something really good this year for people who don't have anything. I thank you very much for your time in watching this. And I will update you with videos, photos, status updates. So feel free to have a look at any time. Unfortunately, I don't have a centralized place for this. So you can either go to the GoFundMe page and check it out. Or if you look on my Guarding of Healing Dispensary page, the GOHD, or look on my mental health page, Unmasking ADHD-Advance HD, I will be putting the stuff on there. Thank you very much for your time and watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always much love and peace from me. Merry Christmas.